He'll just doze. Good for you. That is not lonely. It was nice though. It was nice though. Yesterday, Molly got into the pantry and got a box of cereal. Sprinkled it all over my pantry, and then she did the Mexican hat dance on top of it. Fun. I got to reorganize my pantry yesterday. Yeah, exactly. Just to move everything out, or just to move things that she couldn't handle that they aren't going to spill all over. It is what they do, right? I know. Other than the fact that Sarah said she was like Jesus, she was throwing man out because the sprinkle floor, the floors needed to be vacuumed, and that made Let's move on to the nice.
Welcome to our Oral Interp Showcase. We're so thankful that you decided to join us this evening to see the hard work of our students. They have worked so hard this season and have persevered even though we've done everything virtually. We're really proud of how they've done. Before we start our showcase, we want to go through some awards that our students have received this season. We competed in 3 regular season meets. Students, when your name's called, please come up to Mrs. Swear and get your award, and everyone, if you could hold your applause till the end, that would be great. Kim Tolsma and Gracie Small, their duet received 6th place at the Sioux Falls Stars and Stripes, and also 3rd place duet at the Lennox Invite with an excellent plus rating. Sarah Swear received 1st place novice storytelling at Sioux Falls Stars and Stripes, 1st place at Lennox Invite and received a superior plus, 3rd place at Harrisburg Invite with an excellent distinction, 1st place at districts and qualified for regions. Reese Louie, 4th place in series at the Lennox Invite with excellent distinction, 1st place at districts and qualified for regions in her series. Second-rate superheroes, Maddie Mutter, Gracie Small, Kimmy Talsma, Sarah Swear, Tiffany Pelton, and Sam Bodine received 2nd place in Readers Theater at the Lennox Invite with excellent plus distinction, and 1st place at Harrisburg Invite with excellent distinction. Michaela and Reese's duet received 4th place at the Lennox Landon Turry received an excellent at the Lennox Invite and Humorous. Hayden Chocoy received an excellent at the Lennox Invite. Dilemma's Reader's Theater received an excellent at the Lennox Invite. And the Avon District team placed second overall out of 7 schools this last week. So thank you, students, for all your hard work. We are going to start with our first act of the evening. Courtney Cease and McKenna Ketchman with their duet.
You look spectacular, Tessa. The mirror doesn't lie, girl. Today's the day I devastate Chad. He's gonna ask me to the dance, not Claire, because I'm a rock star. Mirror, mirror, on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? I am, of course. You want to bet?
Who are you? I'm you. This is Amir, remember?
This is freaky.
No. What's freaky is listening to you talk to me day after day. You're way too into yourself.
Now I understand. I'm getting picked on some reality show, right? Where's the hidden mic? Come on now.
You think they found an actress who looks exactly like you and stuck her behind this piece of glass?
It could happen.
Well, would that actress know you secretly pick your nose every day after school with both fingers at the same time?
Stop. Be quiet. I believe you. Just don't say that last part again, okay?
Our little secret.
Every day we look in mirrors and see our reflection. We judge ourselves and our appearances regularly.
What if mirrors could talk? What would they say about your reflection?
Tessa faces this realization when her mirror image starts talking back to her. Their conversation exposes the judgments we make about ourselves when we look in the mirror.
Mirror, Mirror by Fair Stanford. So why talk now? I've only been staring at you my whole life.
Because you said the magic words, you know, mirror, mirror on the wall.
Magic words?
Hello, there was a movie about it.
Yeah, but I didn't think that was real.
Of course it's real. All reflections are obligated to come to life and have some sense in the person who asks, who's the fairest of them all, especially if they answer their own question.
Seriously?
I bet you don't believe Alice felt good looking glass either.
She did? Really?
Nah, just messing with you.
So how long are you sticking around for?
Aw, don't you like me? I'm your favorite person. You.
Really? How long?
Just until I set you straight. Fairest of them all, give me a break.
You mean I'm not the fairest of them all? I don't know how you can say I'm not fabulously attractive. I mean, look at me. Seriously?
It's not what you see on your side, it's what I see on mine, and it's a whole lot different.
And just how is that possible? You're a reflection.
Because I've known you since you were old enough to chew on your mother's hand mirror. You weren't always so fascinated with yourself, so vain.
How can you say such a thing?
You're right, a vain person would never own 34 mirrors.
34? You're joking.
I have to show up in each one of them several times a day. It's exhausting, really. You've got one in your purse, one in your pocket, one in your school locker, one in your gym locker, one in your bathroom, one in your bedroom, one in your closet.
Okay, You tell me. How did I get like this?
I'm your mirror, not your conscience. I have a pretty limited perspective. Only what I see or you tell me. But I do know when you started to change. It was the summer before you hit 6th grade.
How do you know that?
Before then, we had a limited relationship. Brushing your teeth, combing your hair, checking to see if you pulled your skirt down the back. The usual. Then, overnight almost, you were constantly in my face examining every time you bumped, freckle, and speck. I suppose it was because you started chasing boys.
Oh, I started chasing boys long before that.
That's right, 5th grade. What was his name?
Sammy.
Whatever happened to him anyway.
He called me a shaggy-headed toad at recess, and I never spoke to him again.
Was that right before school let out for the summer?
Yeah? How did you know?
It all makes sense. That one rude comment led to a preoccupation with your looks, which led to being overly self-conscious, and that led to the wicked case of vanity we have today.
You seem pretty sure of yourself.
If there's one thing I'm expert at, it's vanity. Goes with the job.
Let's say you're right. Just for 1 minute.
Because I am.
Who cares? Being vain is not the end of the world, you know. Besides, I'm going to go lift.
Do you really think Chad's gonna ask you to go to the dance and keep some mirror in her shoe?
That was 1 time.
You sure about that?
Okay, twice. Maybe 3 times during PE when I didn't have a pocket.
Look, it's not hopeless.
It's not?
No way. We just have to break down the current and find old you in there somewhere.
That sounds painful.
So is bouncing around in your shoe during jumping jacks.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go. Look me straight in the eye. Shoulders back, chin up. Now tell me what you see. Be honest.
I see a girl.
Go on.
A cute girl. A super cute girl who's voted by the queen 2 years in a row. What are you talking about? Chad doesn't stand a chance. Well, you asked what I saw.
Try it again. This time tell me what's underneath.
You want me to tell you about my underwear? What kind of mirror are you anyway?
No, not that. I meant inside you.
I see a girl.
Okay, keep going.
A girl who had her heart broken by that rat, Sammy, and who needed to believe she wasn't a shaggy-headed toad.
I think we're getting somewhere.
Oh, wow. I never saw this bony thing on the bridge of my nose before. How about my eyes? Do you think they're too close together?
No, but I think you're too close to me.
Check out these horse teeth. I look like I belong in a stable.
Back up, Tessa.
And my chin. I can cross a desert with all the fat stored in this thing.
This isn't going to end well if you don't back up.
Is that a mustache? What have you done to me? I used to be pretty and now I'm not Chad-worthy. I am a shaggy-headed toad.
Hey, no one looks good up close, except maybe Beyonce. Tessa, I'm serious. You're not a shaggy-headed toad. You're a very pretty girl. As pretty as you've always been, okay?
You're lying. I know it.
Uh-oh. What are we doing with this brush?
I'm going to smash you with it. Then I won't have to look at you. I mean, me anymore. Whatever.
Let's not do anything crazy. Besides, don't you know it's 7 years bad luck to break me? Look on the bright side. At least you're not vain anymore.
Yeah, but now I'm not Cinderella. I'm the ugly stepsister.
You mean Snow White and the Evil Queen, right?
No, I'm pretty sure I mean Cinderella.
I know my mirror movies.
Who cares what movie it is? I'm still ugly.
No, you're not. Repeat after me. I'm beautiful on the inside.
Come on.
What? You don't believe me?
I am beautiful on the inside.
And that makes me beautiful on the outside.
And that makes me beautiful on the outside.
I love myself just the way I am.
I love myself just the way I am.
And I've never been, nor will I ever be, a shaggy-headed toad.
And I have never been, nor will I ever be, a shaggy-headed toad. Take that, Sammy. But what about Chad?
Well, what about
You know, the dance?
it? He either will or he won't ask about, but that won't change how you see yourself, right? Right?
Right. You're absolutely right. No matter what happens, I'm still me. In fact, I can yell my ass into the dance.
That's the bus, isn't it?
Hey, are you going to be here when I get back home?
Hello, I'm a reflection.
No, I mean, are you going to, be here?
Miss me?
Maybe a little.
Well, if you ever want me to come back and set you straight again, just say those magic little words.
I think I'll be okay.
I know you'll be okay, which means I'll be okay.
Wish me luck.
Good luck, Tessa, and goodbye.
Our next speaker will be Hayden Chaboy with a non-original oratory.
Woo! Good morning, I'm Stephen Colbert, and I'd like to thank the class of 2013 for inviting me here today. Thank you. And now then, it's an honor to be speaking at your 2013 valedictorian exercises. I believe that means I'm this year's valedictorian. And I'm shocked as you because I didn't make it to many classes this year. You guys must have really tanked your finals. Thank you for that. I also like to thank the Board of Visitors. Board of Visitors. Of course, the name goes all the way back to your founder, Thomas Jefferson, who was just trying to put the local Indians at ease. Just visiting, should be going home any century now. And that's just one of the many unique, dignified terms that sets UVA apart from other universities. Instead of freshmen, you have first years. Instead of a quad, you call it a lawn. Instead of saying we're members of a proud educational tradition dating back to our nation's founders, you say, Wahoo! Which begs the eternal question, Wahoo, why? Early this morning, I had a tour around your beautiful campus, and I just asked myself, why are you leaving? You know what it's like out there, right? Plus, this could be the most spectacular place you'll ever live. It's the only campus in America that's been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I believe that means if you try to carve your name into a desk, the United Nations will send in ground troops. And you're not going to top these living conditions unless your post-college plan involves subway to Taj Mahal. You're graduating from one of the most highly ranked universities in the nation. U.S. News and World Report may be the second public university. Princeton Review may be the first best value of a public college, especially for those who show their mission to be born in Virginia. Let's give it up. A round of applause for those paying out-of-state tuition, shall we? Because without those students, instead of wearing gowns and mortarboards, be graduating in ponchos made of hefty bags with used pizza boxes on the top of your heads. But perhaps the real reason that UVA is so great that it trusted students. You have the nation's oldest student-run honor corps. Say it with me. Oh my honor, I pledge that I have neither given nor received help on this on this assignment. So help me, Howard. But my favorite thing about UVA is got to be your secret societies. Now that's sexy. You got the Z's, you got, I think, the Illuminati, and the Masons, and Shields. I even think some of you are members of Shields. But of course, the most secretive of all is the Seventh Society. Nobody knows who's in it. I'm not going to say that I'm a 7, and I'm not going to say that I'm not a 7. I'm just going to say, Benedict Cumberbatch. Now, I have to have you all killed. Now, of course, many of you already know this, but for the uninitiated, let me explain. When a member of the 7 dies, a wreath of black magnolia shaped like a 7 appears at the grave, and the university chapel chimes at 7-second intervals at the 7th-second dissonant chord at 7 past the hour. All of these formations contain the number 7, like it's 7,777 cents. Grant to fund the meeting down. So it appears the way you qualify for 7s is by having crippling OCD. And you know what's good for that? Arrow. The greatest figure associated with UVA is your founder, Thomas Jefferson, TJ, Prez, Tommy Jeff, the freckly anti-federalist, Louisiana Purchase, and old Bible slicer. In founding this great institution, Jefferson wrote, we wish to establish in the upper country of Virginia a university on a plane so broad and liberal and modern as the temptation of the youth of other states to come and drink a cup of knowledge to fraternize with us. But there's one thing about Jefferson I take issue with. It's that the scopes of his beliefs were too broad. Jefferson's hard to nail down. These days, we like politicians who fit into neat categories. You're either a conservative or you're a liberal. But not Jefferson. He's not like that. No matter what your politician leans, you find something he says that backs up. If you don't trust the financial industry, he said, I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to liberty, our liberties than standing armies. If you're suspicious of a federal overreach, he said, when the government fears the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. If you put your religion, you know, in every country and in every age, the priest has been hostile to liberty. On the one hand, in Jefferson's public life, as a founding father, we see him as the embodiment of the white male patriarchy. But in his private life, he was known for, shall we say, embracing diversity. Very affirmative in his actions, am I right? Now, I'm going to take this opportunity to move on to the advice section of the speech. You young folks will take advice from anyone. This week's Time magazine called you lazy entitled narcissists who are part of the me generation. So self-obsessed with tweeting your minds and hashtagging your Spotifys and Snapchatting your goals. Your generation needs everything to be about you. And that's very upsetting to us baby boomers because self-absorption is kind of our thing. We're the original me generation. We made the last 50 years about us. We took all the money, we soaked up all the government services, and we nearly defatfied everything in the ocean. It may seem that all that's left for you is unpaid internships, Monday, Tuesday mail delivery, and thanks to global warming, soon semester at sea will mean sailing the coast of Ohio. Now, in my generation's defense, how are we supposed to know that you were coming? We thought it went like this. Every successive generation of mankind, then us! Ta-da! But while we may leave you with an economy with fewer job opportunities for the new graduate to slip into, while traditional paths may seem hard to find, that also means that you may learn sooner that in most generations the hard lesson that you must always make the path for yourself. There's no secret society out there that'll tap you on the shoulder one night and show you the way. Because the true secret is your life will not be defined by the society we have left you. To paraphrase Robert Gold, society has no more idea of what you are than you do because ultimately it only has your brains to think of. Every generation must define itself and so make the world that suits itself. So have the courage to follow the example of your founder, Thomas Jefferson, the greatest mind of that most daring generation. To create something new for yourself and lay its foundation on such principles and organizing his power in such a form as you shall see most likely to affect your safety and happiness. And know that he wrote these words 237 years ago, that this generation, no less than his generation, had their own opportunity to recognize and seize that moment. When it comes to the course in human events, it becomes necessary for people to dissolve the bands that have connected them with another and assume among the powers of the earth your separate and equal station, but at the support of this mutually pledged to each other your lives, your fortune, and your sacred honor. If anyone can do this, it's the graduates of the university Jefferson founded. You are his intellectual heirs. In fact, some of you may be actual heirs. We're also testing the DNA, so thank you for the honor and congratulations to the class of 2013. Wow!
Landon Turry will be presenting his humorous piece.
I hate girls. I used to hate them all the time. My dad says it must be growing up. When I was younger, it seemed that girls my age always acted weird. No matter what happened, you could depend on them to act dumb. But when you get to be around 12 years old, something happens. They act weird most of the time, and nice a little of the time. The problem is there's no warning. You just don't know how they're going to act from one minute to the next. Saying we hate something can be a cover-up for something we actually like. In this selection, a 14-year-old boy states that he hates girls. But then, we're left wondering. I Hate Girls by Robert S. Young. Take Becky, for instance. I've hated her for as long as I've known her. As this one girl, Becky, has gotten older, she's changed her methods, but still makes my life miserable. Only lately has she begun to be nice to me. I can't figure her out. It's creepy, and I don't know when it's coming. And sometimes, when I'm at my locker, she'll come by and say hello. She always touches my arm lightly when she says hello. She must have read about that in one of those idiotic teen magazines she's always looking at. The article probably read like this. When you say hello to a boy, look him straight in the eyes, smile, politely touch his arm. You will look sincere. Boys like girls who are sincere. But most of the time, she treats me like dirt. It wasn't that long ago that I was out watering the garden on the side of our house. Just as I was finishing and about to turn the water off, Becky walked by. Good morning, Mr. Wizard. How's your garden growing? Oh, with all you know about science, you should be able to grow enough to feed the whole town. She must have heard about the science test I had gotten back the day before. We were studying plants. I got the lowest grade in the class. My response to her was with my writ. I changed my name from the cucumbers to Becky, squeezed hard on the nozzle. I was on target, and she got a Saturday morning shower. She ran down the street toward her house, screaming as I finished turning off the water. It was going inside. I heard the phone ring. I knew who it would be. It was Becky's mother. I was grounded for a week. But Becky is the least of my problems now. I'm in the 8th grade, and I've got 2 weeks before I graduate. We've got the final test coming up and the graduation party. I don't know which is worse, the test or the party. The party's going to be a big deal. It'll be held in the school gym. There's going to be a band and lots to eat. That sounds good, I know, but there's a slight problem. All the boys are supposed to ask a girl. Well, not really supposed to. You can still go without taking a girl. It's just that every boy I know has already asked a girl. Except for me. For months now, my friends have all been talking about who they're going to take. I've been keeping quiet on the subject. One day at lunch, Alex, my best friend, asked me who I was going to take. I mulled to my sandwich, hoping he would be satisfied. He wasn't. I think you should take Becky. Why? She likes you. Says who? Says me. And so does anyone else who doesn't need a guide dog. I was surprised at his answer. I had not told anyone. How do you know? I've seen it. And so has everyone else. About all I could reply. I put the rest of my lunch in the brown bag that it come from. For some reason, I'd lost my appetite. So everyone knew, and no other boy would ask her that she wanted to go with me. I had to give this matter some more thought. But in the meantime, I'd avoid her. But that wasn't easy. One day, after I got off the bus and was walking home, I heard her name being called. There was no mistaking the caller's voice. It was Becky. I quickened my pace, but there was no use. She was running. When she reached me, she was out of breath. Why didn't you wait? Didn't you hear me? She sounded just like my mother when she wanted me to do something and I was ignoring her. She straightened her dress and cut her hair. She wanted something. I was afraid of what it might be. Only a week till graduation. Yup. You going to the party? I'm not sure yet. How about you? No. My eyes lit up. Maybe your family was going on vacation or moving or something great like that. I tried not to show my joy. How come? She looked me straight in the eye. Because I haven't been asked. You don't have to be asked. Everyone's invited. I know that, but when a girl gets to be a certain age, she ought to be accompanied to a certain social event. Hogwash, I muttered so low I doubted she heard me. My doubt didn't last very long. In less than a blink, her fist caught my stomach out in the air. As I fell backward, I saw her turn on her heel and run down the street. When I reached home, my stomach still felt sore. I went straight to my room to do my homework. Instead, I fell asleep. I was awake when my dad called me for dinner. I was completely surprised when my mom asked me about my walk home from school. I thought I saw you on Rebecca walking home from the bus tonight. What were you doing, spying on me? No, I was just walking home from work and saw the two of you. Sure, I replied, unconvinced. My dinner began to taste bad. Now I suppose you're asking me if I'm taking her to the graduation party. Graduation party? Your father sounded more excited than the time I told him I was planning to go to college. Graduation party? You're going to take Rebecca? There was no use in trying to finish my dinner. It was coming up more than it was going down. I excused myself as politely as I could and head for my room. I was planning on doing my homework. Instead, I thought about Becky. She wasn't all that bad. She was a lot better than the other girls in my class. She was smart and had a good sense of humor. And sort of cute, I guess. I decided that best of all, I liked her hair. It was long, dark brown, and very shiny. It smelled like strawberries. Before I could help myself, I had fallen asleep. I woke up in a sweat. It was the morning. Sometime during the night, I made a decision. Actually, two decisions. One, I would go to the graduation party. And two, I was going to ask Becky. And I was going to ask her that day, since graduation was so close. After doing all my regular morning stuff, including part of my homework, I walked to the bus stop. Becky was there. And her hair was shining all over the place. I would have asked her right then and there. There was too many people hanging around. The bus ride to school seemed to last forever. I rehearsed my speech for myself as I followed her off the bus, into school, and right to her locker. I waited by the drinking fountain while she took off her coat and brushed her hair. Hi, Becky. And I thought about my speech. I would have started right then if I hadn't forgotten it. Every last word. Forgotten. So I stood there, shifting away from foot to foot as she looked at me curiously. With nothing to lose now, I tried the direct approach. Becky, would you like to go to the graduation party with me? She stood and faced me, her hand, like I knew it would, on my arm. Her face was all scrunched up like some 300 pounds were stepping on her toes. I'd love to go with you, but Alan asked me last night, and I said yes. Alan? Yes, he's a real neat guy. Neat? Thanks a lot for asking me. Maybe we can go out sometime. I pulled my arm away from her hand. She was acting weird. First scrunching her face and now smiling. I was ready for her to take another swing. Or laugh, not even call me a name. I knew it was just coming. Instead of waiting for her, I acted. I stuck my hand deep into my pocket and out of it, pulled a water pistol I'd celebrate the last few days of school. Before Becky could even utter a word, my fingers squeezed on the trigger. There she stood, frozen as it blasted her with water. She didn't even try to move or anything. She just looked at me with complete surprise as water streamed down her face. Her hair was a matted mess of wet. It smelled like strawberries after it rained. Back in my pocket, I jammed my empty pistol. Then, without a word, I turned quickly and walked down the hall, right past first period, and right to the principal's office. Boy, do I hate girls. Not always, but sometimes, like right now.
Our next group will be our Readers Theater Dilemmas with Jaden, Clay, Shalane, and Maddie.
Hey Lucy, you were going to spend all your time with that geek?
He's not a geek, and even if he is, at least he's my geek. Maybe, does your mother ever talk to you?
Yeah, sometimes. Sure. About what?
Anything? Everything?
about getting diseases? That type of stuff?
That too.
Yeah, sometimes. Only mostly she just yells when she isn't drunk.
What did she do then?
Hey, we're trying to talk, okay?
Does she ever tell you how she feels about anything? Talk to that person?
Ha! My mother. You're kidding, right?
No.
Mothers don't even know that their kids are people. At least mine doesn't.
Does your mother talk to you?
Sometimes she tries, but she talks about so many things. I don't know. I can't keep them all straight.
What about your father?
I don't think I'm gonna have a father anymore.
Divorce?
Mom said they're talking about it. I don't even know. I don't want Daddy to go away.
You'll live through it. Nothing you can do about it anyway.
Are your parents divorced?
I don't think they're even married. At least not for long. I've never even seen it.
Are your parents still married?
Yeah, if you call it that. They tolerate each other.
Divorce, drugs, teen pregnancy.
Suicide, dating, college.
High schoolers today face many real-world challenges, and the consequences of their actions has them grappling for their future.
And who can they turn to for support and advice? These high schoolers ask that many hard questions with humor and also pain.
Dilemmas by Vern Harden.
How do parents get so messed up? They don't know when they're really in love.
And you do. You wouldn't know love if it slapped you in the side of the head.
And I suppose they would.
I've been in love more times than.
Is that what you call what you do?
Hey, the geek speaks.
Does name calling make you feel superior?
I call them like I see them, geek.
If it makes you feel good, have at it, child.
The only thing you're gonna get from that nerd is misery. Trust me, and probably some strange geek disease that eats up your brain.
What makes you an expert on geeks?
I went out with one once. Yuck.
Well, I haven't until Walmart.
Yuck. Being touched by a geek?
We think she down protest too much.
At least I've got someone who wants to touch me.
You can have it.
You hear about Bobby?
Yeah.
What happened?
He tried to kill himself last weekend.
Oh no, why?
Who knows?
I wonder what it feels like to be...
Gay?
No, just different. What if it feels like to be born with 3 arms or something? You know, be so different, you couldn't fit in any place.
I read a report one time on people who...
You're always reading. That's what makes you weird.
How did Bobby try to kill himself?
I don't know.
I heard he took poison.
Yeast. Poison? He must have been really freaked out to do that.
Anybody who would even think about killing himself is crazy.
I've thought about it.
You have?
I don't know. Everything seems so mixed up. Daddy's leaving. Mom keeps telling me not to let anybody touch me or I'll get pregnant. Everybody's always talking about all these diseases you can get. Teachers yell at me. Sometimes I just wish I wasn't here.
At least your phone's not trying to twist around when you go to college.
Do yours?
Every day.
At least your parents want you to go.
No, I want to be a mechanic. I want to be work on cars and bikes. Anything with an engineer. That's all I'm any good at. That's all, and that's what I want to do. I want to be a mechanical engineer.
I want to go to college.
Not everybody's a brain.
I like books, okay? I like studying things. Lots of things. Only my folks can't afford to study.
You're a geek.
You could be a teacher or maybe a professor.
Pity the poor kids.
Dan, do you think I'm crazy for thinking about suicide?
No, everybody thinks about it. Sometimes.
They do.
Grow up. You aren't crazy for just thinking about suicide, and you don't get those diseases or pregnant just from shaking hands.
Leave her alone, baby. She's just a kid.
Maybe I ought to go. I don't belong with you guys.
So go.
Wait, Cindy. You belong here just as much as everybody else does.
I don't feel like it.
Then go.
Shut up, Andy. Look, Cindy. Everybody feels like they don't belong at times. That's just the way things are.
You're not alone. I don't feel like I belong anyplace.
You don't? But you're smart.
Yup, that's the problem.
You'll fit in when you get to college.
If I get there,
Isn't there some way you can get a scholarship or something?
maybe. That only pay for part of it. It sucks to come up with money.
Who doesn't? If I had some money, I'd split.
Just leave?
Yeah, get a place of my own. Get away from everything.
Maybe Bobby wasn't crazy. Maybe he was hiding something.
Think so? I didn't think he used anything.
Maybe he got some bad stuff or took too much.
Where would he even get anything?
Wake up, Dumbo. You can buy anything you want, just walking in between classes.
Says who?
I said, I know, because I've done it.
And nobody saw you?
Who cares? Security looks the other way. They don't want to get involved. Besides,
I wouldn't touch that stuff. Too easy to mess up your head, permanently.
Big deal. Most people's heads are already messed up.
Not that way. You put the wrong fuel in any engine, you're looking to blow it up.
Thank you, Mr. Bad Wrench. Hey, you're so smart. Why don't you just tell your old man you don't want to go to college, and you're not going?
I did, about 100 times. He claims I'm the one in our family who has had a chance to go to college. I'm going no matter what.
My folks are just the opposite. Everybody in our family has gone to college. Now they're out of money, and I'm out of luck. When I get out of school next year, they want me to go work for my dad and learn the business. Who wants to sell hardware all his life? I hate hardware.
At least you guys have something to look forward to. The only way my old lady is pushing me out is, come to think of it, that's what I want too. I just don't know where.
Go sell hardware for my family.
It's better than frying hamburgers. I've been doing that on the weekends for the past 2 years. Yuck.
Do they ever put meat in those things?
Not if they can help it.
You know what? All you guys are screwed up. I'm really a normal person here. I've got 2 parents who love each other, kind of. I don't do drugs. I'm not pregnant. I don't have any strange diseases. I'm perfect.
You're also flunking half your classes, are about to get kicked out of school, and hanging out with a geek.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
A brain surgeon, you ain't.
So what? School's not important. It's what you do with your life that counts.
Like your brother did?
Leave him out of this.
What's he doing?
1 to 3 in the state pen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I. I liked him.
I didn't know your brother got sent to prison.
It wasn't my fault.
I know that. I guess everyone just messed up in some way.
Yeah, and where do you go for the answers?
No place, that's where.
My mother always says I could talk to her about anything. Only usually, she's too busy to listen. She works all the time and I don't see her very much.
What do old people know? They're not living today. Most of them are back in the dark ages.
I went to talk to a preacher once. I asked him a question, kind of personal. He told me not to think about such things. How's a person supposed to not think about something?
What'd you ask him?
Nothing. It's not important.
Any of you guys ever talk to that counselor guy at school?
I did. He kept telling me I was wrong for not wanting to go to college.
You know what's wrong with all the people who say you can talk to them? Every one of them preaches their own party line. Preachers, teachers, counselors, parents, every one of them has their own little narrow ideas, and that's all they can see. There isn't one of them that will just listen if you wanted to try something different or even talk about it.
The blind leading the blind.
How about the stupid leading the dumb?
I can talk to my grandpa. He listens.
You're lucky. Mine moved to Florida.
He doesn't have any answers, but at least he listens.
You suppose I can talk to him?
Sure. He likes people. He's got plenty of time. Usually, all he does is put around and talk to himself.
You know what I hate? I hate people who put me down for no reason. I knew 3 girls in algebra class last year who couldn't talk to me when my brother got in trouble. I finally asked this one girl, Mary Lou, why she wouldn't talk to me more. And you know what she said? She said being a criminal runs in the family, and she didn't want to be seen with anybody like me.
My own mother told me I was going to turn into a hooker just because I started going to the movies with this kid when I was 11.
I don't like it when people tell me I'm just a dumb kid.
Did you ever notice how most people only look at the bad? I wonder if anybody ever sees any good anymore.
You know what we need? We need someone at the time to listen who won't tell us we're all right.
I wish I had someone who treated me like a person, or a real person, or someone I could talk to more than once without making an appointment.
If you want to meet my grandpa,
Okay, sure. Is he alright?
Hey, I dated an old guy once.
He won't go and die or anything, really. While I'm talking to him, that would be a real downer.
I don't think so.
Everybody dies, Lucy.
You know what I like about him? Sometimes he just makes up his eye. He doesn't even pretend to have all the answers.
So, who does? If you'll just take the time to listen, he's a winner. Funny, isn't it? Most people live 70, 80 years, yet they're always rushed. You think that would be plenty long to hear, at least what somebody is saying, even if they aren't saying anything very important.
And maybe that's what's needed the most.
The next performance will be Kimmy Tulsa and Gracie Small with their duet.
23 candles this year.
23 is a lot.
You thought 19 was a lot.
So imagine how many old, practically.
You know, Mom and Dad are like twice that.
Yeah, Sawyer, they're old.
I think Samantha would be offended by that.
Oh, old people get offended by everything.
Hey, thanks for the flowers.
What is our birthday?
Not yet, is it? What time is it?
11:18.
Oh, like 40 more minutes.
She says like it's a chore to hang out.
You are kind of a headache.
Oh, whatever. I'm enjoying being around.
You know, I thought the younger child was supposed to be the entitled one.
You're not younger. We're the same age.
Nope. Technically, I am younger.
And you say I'm a headache.
You are.
Oh, like when?
Does our 8th birthday ring a bell?
Identical twins are so much alike they often finish each other's sentences and share the same brain patterns.
Such is the situation with Sam and Sawyer. The twins were inseparable.
As Sam sits at her sister's grave, she flashes back to happier times.
Birthday candles.
By K.R. Schreiber. Flashback.
Our 8th birthday.
Sawyer, put Pebbles back in her cage.
Tell Mom that we want chocolate cake with pink frosting.
No, it's my turn and I want white cake with green frosting.
Pink and chocolate Sammy or the rat gets it. Mom!
Sawyer's gonna kill Pebbles.
You are such a baby.
If you kill Pebbles, I'll kill you.
Mom! Sammy's gonna kill me!
Give me Pebbles!
I'm gonna bake her in the stupid cake. Mom! 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 You were being a serious baby.
It was my turn.
You got your white cake, didn't you?
Yeah, but it had pink frosting.
Yeah. Well, Mom was always master of compromise.
She was a pro at well, it's the same, it's just different crap.
Quite a woman our mother was.
Definitely saying the material. Favorite birthday, go.
6 was definitely up there. The face paint, the bouncy castle.
6 was terrible. I broke my arm in that stupid castle.
That's right. You cried all your face paint off.
I went to the hospital and I got a pink and purple snowball.
Yeah, you were an awfully sad butterfly.
Flashback.
Our 6th birthday.
It hurts, it hurts, it hurts.
Don't cry, Sammy. Your pretty butterfly wings so smudged.
I hate stupid bouncy castles.
Me too.
I hate stupid face paint.
Me too.
I hate my stupid birthday.
Me too.
What's wrong with your arm?
Sammy, you gonna get a cast?
If they make me,
I'll do it. Then we'll be the same.
we're the same all the time.
They wouldn't give me that cast no matter how much I begged.
When they told you no, I think you cried more than I did.
I wanted us to be the same.
We're always the same.
Sometimes that's not the best thing.
Flashback.
Sophomore homecoming. You can't wear that!
I picked it first.
Did not.
Did too.
Oh, I told you we should have gone shopping together.
I wanted to pick my own dress.
Well, you did pick your own dress, Samantha. You picked my dress.
Shut up, Sawyer. Maybe you picked my dress.
Did not.
Did too.
Shut up. Change.
You changed.
Mom! Lesson learned.
Don't shop separately.
You know, that homecoming dance was actually kind of fun.
your birthday.
No, it's not. It's ours.
I don't think birthdays count anymore when you die. I don't know.
It's still your birthday, Sawyer. You were born on this day with me, you and me together. It's still our birthday.
Hey, I'm supposed to be the know-it-all in this relationship.
Not about this. You died. You relinquished your right to know that.
Sammy.
It's our birthday, Sawyer. It is.
Okay, so since it's our birthday, can I put in a request?
What?
Go to Europe next year, turn 24 under the Eiffel Tower, eat gelato, and fall in love with a guy with an accent. Wear a beret.
A beret.
Whatever, do anything, okay? Just don't spend our birthday talking to a headstone. Don't bring me flowers or eat cake in the cemetery like a weirdo. Have adventures. Live a life.
I don't want to go to Europe without you. I don't want to see great places or eat gelato by myself, Sawyer. I want to do it with you. And you're not here. You bailed on me. And now it's like I'm only half a person.
You're a whole person, Sadie. And I didn't bail. I wanted to stay. I wanted to grow up and fall in love and eat birthday cake with you until we were like 100. But it didn't work that way.
Why not? It's not fair. You went to that stupid party and you got in that stupid car like a stupid idiot. You left me here, Sawyer, and it's not fair.
I know. I'm sorry.
Do you know that by the time they told me, I already knew? I could feel it. Like all of a sudden, I didn't have enough limbs.
It's the whole twin thing.
And now I'm 23, and I didn't go to Paris, and I didn't buy 2 of everything, and I hate my birthday. And you're still 19.
I'm sorry, Sadie. I wish a lot of things.
I love you, Sawyer.
I love you, Sam. Look, you're 23.
I'm 23.
Samantha, I never really feel like you know. I'll be around.
I never could go anywhere without you.
Like you want to.
No, I wouldn't want to.
Next birthday, take me here.
I'll put your flowers under the Eiffel Tower.
That's way cooler than a headstone. And you'll make cake underneath it?
Absolutely. Chocolate with pink frosting.
24 candles next year.
24 is a lot.
Reese Louie will be presenting her serious piece.
You see my hand? Useless. I lost it many years ago, but I lost much more in the process. I had promised my mother to take my little sister Melissa to see the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey circus. While I tried to pretend I was too mature for some childish activities, I admit that I looked forward to that performance almost as much as she did. She emerged on that humid July day in her favorite pink dress. I can't go yet. I need my magic shoes. So she scrambled to the hall closet and put on her favorite white shoes with pink bows. Her magic shoes, she called them. She had been biting a hole, so as we walked to the circus, she fought off the sniffles until I stopped, handed her my best pink lace handkerchief, and told her, "Now blow your nose. You don't want to miss a circus, do you?" She squealed in delight and gave her nose a violent blow. "Now remember, don't lose my handkerchief and always stay by me." Melissa is very excited to go to the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey circus, and her sister Karen is just as excited to take her there. But Karen is completely unprepared for the devastating tragedy and loss that she's about to experience. Based on the true story of the 1944 Hartford Circus fire, Magic Shoes by Greg Cole. My eyes were riveted by the flying Olympus. They were so beautiful, with bright yellow feathers that made them look 10 feet tall and blossom like a burst of sunlight. I hope she can fly, Melissa said, but she stopped and stared over us. Karen, there's a fire! When did she see it? Why did she not say anything? Was she so enraptured by the greatest show on earth that she mistook it for another act, another stunt? She said it in almost awe, like it was part of Melinda's act. And then, hell came down upon us, as the tent above us began to erupt in flames and smoke. Hot wax used to waterproof the big top mountain, soaked with gasoline and a cheap way to keep the wire out. But to rain fire and molten wax upon our heads. It literally rained fire. Drops of flaming wax dripped onto Melissa and I covered her little head in my arms as the gas-soaked wax began to hit my arms and shoulders and began to burn through my clothes and hair. I suddenly began to notice that the band was playing Stars and Stripes Forever. I would later find out that was the circus code for danger. They played it on and on and on until the fire and the screaming seemed to accompany the music. I looked down at the range. The performers ran off. The animals were long gone. We had been left to die, left to burn alive in this furnace. We only had seconds to decide. I looked out at the ring where people had dashed, thinking they would be safe. I then looked up and saw that the fire had spread just above them. They had run directly into the fire's path. I saw mothers crying, grasping their children, fathers running in circles, little children stumbling, crying. And that's when I was first hit. A massive sailor knocked me down with a shove to my back. He screamed, "God damn it, move, we're burning alive!" A little old lady who was trying to hold on to a little girl and blocked his path turned and yelled, "There's no way out!" He punched her. He punched her and clawed over her body as he tried to reach an exit. I saw the woman go down as the little screamed, "Grandma!" Then the old woman was lost as the screaming mob trampled her and her little girl in a bloody orgy of survival. I was a gentle girl. I never had a fight in school, never wished harm on anyone. But at that moment, I realized if I was to live, I would have to fight. If Melissa and I were to survive, we would have to scratch, claw, bite, and scream through everything God has seemed to put in our way. And still, the band played on and on and on. A woman with a baby ran past me. She screamed, "Where's my boy? Where's my boy?" I watched as she ran towards the center ring, just as the wave of fire and heat came down upon those trapped in the center. I watched as she ran into the flames, and I watched as her body literally disappeared. Her body and the body of her baby burned to ashes before she could even stop running. And through it all, Melissa just stared. No words, just stared as our world burned. A man had ripped a hole through the tent wall. He screamed, "Through here! Through here!" I wish I had never heard that again. I wish I would have sat there and breathed in the fire, hell, and the smoke and watched as my own flesh boiled in front of me. I turned towards him and I screamed to Melissa, "Oh, wait out, run!" I pushed her towards the hole and I screamed, "Just keep running, don't look back!" But she looked back, and I watched as my little sister disappeared in a wave of humanity that surged on my escape. "Melissa! Melissa!" I ran towards the mob screaming, "My little sister! Who has my little sister?" Then someone stepped on my ankle. He must have been huge, because I felt my leg snap into two as if it was a stick. And I fell down. I tried to scream, but only felt the violence of 100, 1,000 mad men and women literally stepped on my body as they tried to save their own souls. "Stop! Stop!" I managed to scream. Then there was a blinding rush of fire and heat. "The big top's falling down!" a man screamed. Then there was a raging wave of blinding heat and flame. Then I heard the sounds. I swore it was first the roar of the fire, then perhaps the dying animals. But then I realized the animals were out of the big top. They were the of people piled on top of me. I felt them as they literally burned alive. Their flesh and fat cooked and fed the flames as the choking smell of the burning tent was replaced with the smell of burning flesh. I made one last burst in trying to escape. I pushed my hand and arm through the pile of bodies on top of me. God, save me! Save us! I was determined that I was not going to die today. Not this way. I understood that God was in it. God wasn't coward. God chose to give us up to the devil and his flames of hell. I pushed and I cursed, and as I did so, Satan struck back as a flaming blanket of canvas fell upon my exposed arm and hand. I didn't scream. I don't even remember feeling the pain. I only remember looking through a crack between the pile of bodies on top of me and my burning arm and hand, and only thinking, Melissa. And then everything went cold and black. I was told that the fire was over within 8 minutes. That was all it took for the finger of Satan to destroy my family. I remember nothing until a cold splash of water struck my face. Melissa! Melissa! I screamed over and over and over as the circus workers and policemen and firemen rushed to dig me free. I stopped screaming when one of the men grabbed my arm and the searing pains of the burns hammered at me like an axe. Please, you're hurting me! He let go as he peeled away the bodies that lay on top of me. Some had burned to the point that they no longer looked human. Others had melted together in a horrible display of Satan's wrath. These people, who minutes before thought nothing of stepping on a teenage girl in order to save their wretched lives, wound up saving my own. Their bodies had saved my life. When they finally got to me, they gently led me onto a stretcher. Men were crying, calling me a miracle. I looked at my hand, charred black and bleeding, and I looked at my leg that graced against my blow. But something made me look to the left of me, only a yard away. And I saw, underneath the body, a tiny hand, still clutching a small pink white sandwich. And I saw a small white shoe with a pink bow, a magic shoe. Melissa never loved me.
Sarah Swear will be presenting her storytelling piece.
One day, as Katie stared out the window at some kids, her mom suggested she go and play with them. So, Katie went out. She wanted to join in. She tried to muster up the courage to ask if she could play, but she just couldn't. Katie always felt like she never connected with anyone. There was no one she considered a friend. When her parents decided to move, she was okay with it. She wasn't sad because she wasn't leaving anyone behind. Katie and her best friend, by Glenn Fellner. She decided to go for a walk. Her stroll led her to the town's awesome lake. As she admired it, she decided that this would be her spot. She'd come here every day, and maybe one day she'd bring her friends. After school, she'd stop by the lake and look out over the water. Today, she was writing a poem about the lake, when suddenly her stomach growled. She put down her pen, got out her sandwich, and was about to take a bite when she heard a voice that startled her. She looked around, but no one was there. Then she noticed something moving in the water. She walked closer, clenching her sandwich tightly. When she reached the water's edge, the voice stopped. Suddenly, something came out of the water, splashing Katie. She wiped her eyes and saw something she had never seen before. She saw a dragon. She couldn't believe it. She felt terrified on the ground. The dragon was huge. She was too afraid to speak. The dragon submerged back into the water until only his eyes Moments later, the dragon stuck his neck out from underwater. He splashed her again, but she didn't mind. She laughed. The dragon moved his neck closer to her. She reached out her hand and touched his nose. His scales were rough, but not unpleasant. I'm Katie. The dragon nodded as if to say, nice to meet you, Katie. From then on, Katie and the dragon were friends. For the first time, she didn't feel lonely. She even thought of the dragon as her best friend. Her class was asked to write a poem about their best friend. She wrote hers while at the lake and read it to the dragon. He tapped his nose on Katie's chest. He liked it. At least, that's how she understood it. Katie read her poem in class. Hers was the only one with a dragon. Her classmates laughed and thought it was sad that her only friend was imaginary. Katie told them that the dragon wasn't imaginary. He was real. She'd prove it to them. After class, her classmates went with her to the lake. She wasn't lying. There was a dragon. Everyone was in awe of him. One morning, she went to the lake to visit her best friend. When she got there, she noticed the dragon was lying its head on the ground. She knelt next to him and tried to soothe her friend. When she saw his eyes, she could tell that he was sad. The dragon rubbed his nose against her chin. She felt like the dragon was saying goodbye. Tears began to fall as she wrapped her arms around his nose. She didn't want him to go. The dragon pulled away and submerged back into the water. Katie stood up. She cried all night thinking she'd never see her best friend again. Since there was no dragon, her classmates didn't come back to the lake. Katie was back where she started, all alone. She sat at the lake every day, hoping and waiting for her best friend to return. If he did return, she promised herself she'd keep it a secret. One day, as Katie looked out on the horizon, she tried to convince herself that she wasn't lonely. I knew that she was, and she cried. Suddenly, she heard a noise and looked up. No one was there. She had hoped it was the dragon. Then, she noticed someone standing beside her. One of her classmates, Dylan. What are you doing here? Are you waiting for the dragon? Dylan was silent and kept staring at the horizon. Katie was angry. The dragon's not coming back, okay? My best friend isn't coming back. So you can just leave, okay? You can stop coming to the lake like everybody else has. I didn't come here for the dragon. Why did you come here? I wanted to ask you to be friends with me. I was too afraid to ask before. When I finally had the courage, I was too late. Everybody started coming to the lake. Since you had so many friends, I figured you didn't need one more. Katie smiled. She missed the dragon, and now she had a new best friend.
Reese Powers and Michaela Kopp will present their duet.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys,
Allow me to welcome you to the 5th grade science fair at Pindale Independent School District.
where science gets this.
Now that you've seen the rest of the exhibitions, it's time for the best. Mine. Ours. My name is Ina Steen, and this is my lab assistant partner and little sister, Angelica.
It means angel-like.
Pay no attention to her. As a 3rd grader, she was ineligible for the grand prize 50-pound chocolate bar.
Wait, never say.
We are here to change the future.
Change the future.
We are here to forget the past.
What past?
We are opening presents
Like Christmas morning.
We are going to kill our lab assistant partner if she keeps making colorful commentary.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
We are here to astonish, amaze, and astound you with science.
Boys,
Angelica and her little sister Ina are teaming up for the science fair.
these two sisters are seeking to create a machine that changes the very nature of boys.
As with most science experiments, the conclusion doesn't always match the hypothesis.
Science. No boys allowed.
By Jane Nicholas. Angelica, I must refer the device. Please continue the presentation and no tangents.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Peter.
Angelica!
Okay. The illustrated illustrious. Are you telling the story or not? Shh. The illustrious experiment in genetic modification all started 4 weeks ago in Isaac Newton's sort of. Wait a minute. This isn't it. If you want to know the real truth, it all started on the most celebrated
Massacre.
holiday, Valentine's Day.
It was an awful, antiquated, and ridiculous ritual. Heart-shaped cards and candy? This isn't an accurate representation of a heart. And
They're pretty.
dear little sister, do not be wooed by the hallmarks and Hershey's. These classmates of yours, these Neanderthals, these
Boys.
are clearly a genetic inferred species incapable of recognizing greatness.
You sound like a women's study major.
I mean, how else to explain my thought of love requests and tokens of affection?
Well,
Shut up!
well, maybe you should fix them.
Who?
Boys.
Little sister, you're brilliant!
I am?
For the moment. Come to the laboratory!
To the garage.
The move's over.
So, you're gonna fix boys thinking Valentine's? Maybe you should just try something.
This isn't about cards and candy.
It isn't.
Okay, this isn't just about cards and candy. This is a chance for us to fix what's wrong with society and make the world a better place.
I thought we were gonna fix boys.
Try not to be so short-sighted.
I'm nearsighted, not short-sighted. Stupid. And anyways, what about Daddy? We don't have to fix him, do we?
No, Mom says he's already been fixed. For now, we'll focus on our unit of the male species.
But how are we gonna study them, you know? Since they won't come over the house anymore, not since you permanently removed John Sanders' eyebrows with your
Hair removal was brilliant!
you meant for it to be hiccup remover.
This time we'll study our subjects carefully.
And
then we will analyze data and construct our machine.
then
And then we will conduct our experiment live at the science fair. It will be brilliant. Our perfect prototype will be a product of precision. Prestige! Perfection! Pistachio! Wait, what?
I thought we were making keywords.
You are such a plague on my creative genius.
Which also starts with a P.
Needless to say, we were faced with obstacles. The first of which was our lack of research subjects.
They all ran when they saw Berkeley.
So we decided to study them carefully. We traversed to the metaphorical watering hole.
Wait, I thought we went to the baseball field. I'll take notes.
Very good, but no hearts above the eyes. Title it Observation about boys. Initial reaction. Subjects seem to have a propensule for balls. Why are you laughing at me? Recommendation. Rewire the brain processing center to the brain. That traverse mental damage. That mistakes pain for pleasure.
And they spit.
Yeah, they spit.
Like a lot.
Note, they may be direct descendants of camels. Recommendation, fix that.
So, we're gonna change what they look like, improve their hygiene, and make them more sensitive?
Yeah, sounds like a lot, but really it just takes the proper tools.
To the laboratory.
Yes, to the garage! amongst the gods at the science fair champions.
Which brings us to this moment.
We now require a volunteer and boy.
Peter? Thanks. Come right this way.
The road has been long and fraught with danger, but we face it bravely, for the sake of science.
Alrighty, boss!
And now the time has come! Ladies and gentlemen, we present the perfect boy! It's our perfect boy?
But he, she, her, him. She's a former he?
Ladies and gentlemen, it seems in correcting the genetic makeup of boys, we've created a girl.
Well, that explains why he came second.
But I don't understand. I don't know what to do.
Oh, don't worry, sis. I got this one. The difference between a boy and a girl is not one that the great scientists can fix. It is simply a matter of open mind and ability to see beyond the submitting habits. In conclusion, I'd like to thank our subject, Petra. And I'd like to thank you all for your vote and support for the exhibition of the year. Thank you, and good night.
Wow, that was amazing.
Thanks. I wrote it ahead of time, just in case.
You know, we probably won't win the chocolate bar this year.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got this.
Gee, thanks. But what is it?
It's an avatar, but it is an accurate representation of the human heart.
Huh, you're pretty okay, little sister.
I am.
For the moment. Reese Louie will present her poetry piece.
It doesn't matter why I was there, where the air is sterile and the sheets stink. It doesn't matter that I was hooked up to this thing that buzzed and beeped every time my heart beat. It doesn't matter that I was curled up like a fist protesting death, or that I was either always too hot or too cold. It doesn't matter, because my hospital roommate wears Star Wars pajamas, and he's 9 years old. His name is Louis. When bad things happen to us, we are often left asking the question, why? Why do people have to go through such pain? And when those pleas go unanswered, we ask, why doesn't God hear me? When Jane ends up in the hospital with a 9-year-old boy with cancer as his roommate, he asks the same question, why Louis? The only solution Shane can come up with for the unanswered prayers is The Crickets Have Arthritis by Shane Croyson. His name is Louis, and I don't have to ask what he's got. The bald head with foam frames speak volumes. The Game Boy and feather pillow booms like they're trying to make him feel at home, because he's gonna be here a while. I managed to smile the first time I see him, and it feels like the biggest lie I've ever told. I hold my breath, because I'm scared of a 57-pound boy hooked up to a machine. Because he's been watching me. And maybe I've got him pegged all wrong, like maybe he's bionic or something. But my fear subsides in the moment I realize Louis is all about show and tell. He's got everything from a shotgun shell to a crow's foot, and he can put them all in context. Like, see, this is from a shooting range. See, this is from a weird girl. I watch his hands curl around a cufflink and a tie tag, and realize that every knick-knack is a treasure, and every treasure's got a story. And every time I think I can't handle more, he hits me with another story. See this? It's from my father. See this? It's from that weird girl. It took me 2 days to figure out that weird girl is his sister. It took him about 2 minutes today after she left for him to realize he missed her. They visit every day and stay well past visiting hours, because for them, that term doesn't apply. But when they do leave, Lewis and I are left alone, and he says, the best part about being sick is you get all the free ice cream you ask for. But the worst part about it is realizing there's nothing more they can do for you. Ice cream can't make everything okay. And there's no easy way of asking, and I already know what he's gonna say. But maybe he just needs to say it, so I ask him anyway. Are you scared? Lewis doesn't even lower his voice when he says, yeah, please don't tell my dad. He asked me if I believe in angels, and before I realize I don't have the heart to tell him, I tell him not to, and I just lay there, waiting for him to hate me. But he doesn't know how to, so he never does. He never greets me with silence, only smiles and a patience I've never seen in someone who knows they're dying. And I'm trying so hard not to remind him. I've been with him for 5 days, and all I really know is Lewis loves to pull feathers out from his pillow and watch them float to the ground. Almost as if he was the philosopher inside the scientist ready to say that it's gravity that's been getting us all down. But the truth is, there's not enough miracles to go around. And there's too many people petitioning to God for the winning bladder ticket. And for every unanswered prayer, there's a cricket with our prayers. And the only reason we can't find the answer is the search party didn't invite us. And Lewis, right now, the crickets have our prayers. So there is no answer. No sympathy of nature swelling to crescendos, almost as if we bent halos into melodies that can keep rhythm with the way our hearts beat. So we must meet silence, with the same level of noise that parents of dying 9-year-old boys make when they take liberties in talking with heaven. We must shout until we shatter in our own vibrations. Then let our lives echo, and grow echo, and grow echo, and grow. Grow distant. Grow distant enough to know that as far as our efforts go, we don't always get a reply. But I swear to whatever God I can find the time I have left, I'm gonna remember you, kid. Gonna tell your story as often as every story you told me. And every time I'll tell it, I'll say, see, there's bravery in this world. There's 6.5 billion people curled up like fists protesting death. But every breath we take has to be given back. A 9-year-old boy taught me that. So hold your breath, then let it go. Almost as if you understand something about getting old and having to give back. Because what is your night worth without a story to tell? And why wield a word like worth if you got nothing to sell? People drop pennies down a wishing bowl, as if the cost of a desire is equal to that of a thought. But if you've got expectations, expect others have brought your exact same dream for the price of their hard work. Hang in, hold on mentality. Like I accept any challenge, so challenge me. Like I brought a knife to this gunfight, but the other night I loved a mountain, so bring it. I've had practice. Lewis and I cracked this world wide open and found the prize inside. Because we never lied to ourselves, never told ourselves it would be easy or undemanding. So we sing in our own vibrations and dare angels to eavesdrop and stop mid-flight to pluck feathers from the pillows and write demands on God's hands. Take time to catch you, so that even if God doesn't, it wasn't because we didn't try. I don't often believe in angels, but on the first one I heard.
Our last act of the night is second-rate superheroes readers theater with Sarah, Gracie, Kimmy, Tiffany, Sammy, and Maddie.
Hey, yeah, you with the black lipstick. Hi, my name's Fallon. Given girl code and all, you'd be honest with me, right? Do I look okay? This is my first interview and I'm really nervous.
Girl code? Please, full honesty. Well, your eyes are kind of far apart, but it's not that noticeable.
Okay, that's not really adjustable feedback, but thanks for the honesty.
Sure, just don't be an idiot and you'll be fine.
Did somebody say idiot?
Oh, look, Gertrude's been summoned.
Hi Gertrude, I'm Fallon. You two know each other? Nice to meet you, Fallon. Simi and I go way back.
Unfortunately.
You see, when superpowers and supervillains first started being diagnosed and revealed in the limelight, Simi and I both attend the same counseling sessions called Superheroes Anonymous.
Superhero support sisters.
Support sisters, and now that it's a big hot trend for powered people like us to be hired into superhero crime-fighting careers, Sim and I constantly run into each other at these interviews. You'd think it made us competitive, but we're still really good friends.
2 peas in a pod.
Wow, I'd love to have a sisterhood like you two, but I've never interviewed at Marvin Comics before.
Don't expect to get in on your first try. It's really hard. You either need to have looks like Steve Rogers or have money like Bruce Wayne to get into this industry.
Tony Stark's got both.
I understand. I'm so nervous, I'm sweating bullets.
Wow, is that your superpower?
No, it's an expression.
Ladies, time for your auditions.
We've all heard of superheroes such as Superman, the Hulk, and Wolverine. These superheroes are crime-fighting good guys that possess abilities such as infinite strength, healing, and speed. But who do you call when all the good guys are already out fighting bad guys? The trio of superheroes, Cindy, Fallon, and Gertrude, are the answer. These superheroes fight crime with their unique set of abilities.
Second-rate superheroes by Stephanie Christensen.
Hi, my superhero name is Dark Fallon.
So your name, but with dark in front of it?
Yes, but don't let that Mexican Batman name like fool you. You see, my superhero name is a quite nostalgic throwback to the 70s. We all remember the clapper. That is me. I can turn the lights off in any room with a simple.
Where did you go?
Marvelous.
Hello, my superhero name is SoundCloud Rapper 91. You might have seen my audition from 6 months ago. My superpower is a torture-driven one, in which I rap my amateur SoundCloud lyrics on repeat until my opponent crumbles in despair.
Uh-huh.
Would you like a demonstration?
No, I want it.
Hi, my name's Sibby. You can call me Ninja Queen. My superpower is that I have really good ninja moves.
That isn't a superpower.
It is when I knock your head off with my karate chop.
Alright then. Well, since we need women power effective immediately, and there's no one else in the waiting room, all 3 of you are hired.
OMG, no way!
Finally, Sibby, we did it! Mwah!
Wait, you need me start immediately?
Yes. You see, all of our Disney trademark superheroes are ready out avenging against some other national emergency criminal.
What? Who?
Your target is the Silence. He has been using his power to meet other people by telepathically willing it. He has been using his power to rob banks and meet people before they can even call for help.
Ha! There are so many people I wish I could meet.
No. Can you imagine? Your little cousin comes up to you like, wah, I want a cookie. Mute. Wah, I pooped my diaper. Mute.
The stakes are very high here. We've received word that the Silencer is planning a global economy Are you fully prepared to take this on?
With absolutely no training, preparation, or notice? Sure, for sure. We are superheroes. I am so cool under pressure. She sweats bullets. I don't.
Alright, Indians, let's get the show on the road. Dark Fallon, Ninja Queen, and SoundCloud Rapper 91, I've got some round pass making to do.
This place is cold. I'm about to rush right out of here. Am I right?
Stopping a win, SoundCloud Rapper 91.
All right, everyone. The target's on the move. Leaving dinner now from Putin's Princess Palace? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Look, he has a weapon on him. Everyone, stay sharp. To the sky van.
Are we there yet?
It's not there yet. You have to stay patient.
Well, can we stop for snacks? I'm hungry.
Stop complaining. Fieldwork is all about glamour and fight scenes like the movies.
Yeah, but we haven't had one fight scene yet.
Really? No fight scenes yet?
Sounds like that might be foreshadowing for a fight scene.
Look, Mouse National Bank. Dark Fallon, stop the car here so we can monitor him.
Who are those two men entering the bank? Four suspicious characters. 2 o'clock.
All right, those Matrix-looking men did not come to play.
Ninja Queen, wake up!
Huh? What? Who's dying?
Dressing kind of adorable for sleeping.
Okay, you're dying.
4 men fitting the size of henchman profile are approaching the bank. Send him back up immediately. Boss!
Any confirming features?
No, these are the guys. I swear it.
I'm sorry, Darkon, that's not enough to alarm. Those men might not be a threat or a danger. Fall back.
Fall back? We can't just let them get away. They're pros who will be in and out undetected.
Dark Fallon, do you hear me? It's a company liability for you to go in now unprompted.
Yes, ma'am, I hear you. Ninja Queen, SoundCloud Rapper 91, we gotta go in there.
Shopping time.
Hi, I'd like to set up a 401k. Ma'am, I'm going to need to see some identification. My Russian identification? Yes, can I just say you have a lovely smile?
How's SoundCloud Rapper 91 doing over there? Not good. We don't let him hear all. Everyone looks so angry.
Well, yeah, they live in Russia.
I spotted the suspects and they're heading our way. They do not look happy.
Americans, you are no match for the silencer.
Eat my chops, Matrix men.
Quick, bank teller, call police.
No! You will not be calling anyone. Silence. Alright, everyone. We could have done this the easy way, but now we play dirty.
Listen, man, I really don't want to play dirty with you. I have standards.
Silence, American.
Hey, you might silence her, but you can't silence me. Yeah, you already know what it is. That's me. Get ready for my fire mixtape. I'm a rapper and I really like it every day. I rap so bad, I'll make your ears bleed. You go away.
My ears!
I'll make it stop.
Hey, you know, I'm about 3 things, man. The girls, the money, and the music.
Silence! Stop this torture immediately. You are now powerless over me.
Gertrude's been silenced. Honestly, I'm a little glad. She may be powerless, but I'm not.
Oh, so there's a weak little trio that's been sent for me, I see. What? Am I not important enough for Iron Man? The old Green Lantern? Too busy?
We are superheroes and we will stop you. Whether you try and silence us or not, we are stronger.
Where'd you go? Henchman, turn on the lights!
Ninja Queen, hurry, get in place before he...
Don't you get right next to me?
Take that, silencer. OMG, I can talk again.
Quick, bank teller, call police. That was a really great lights off and then a trick on like your Dark Fallon.
Not as good as your rapping, SoundCloud Rapper 91. Now let's get this bad guy in cuffs.
Well, the outcomes of your interference were, to my great surprise, a success.
Thank you for those kind words, boss lady.
Even though you did go against protocol, it was out of bravery. My heart is beaming for all of you. In fact, I think I know a very grateful Kryptonian who might have a super thank you to bestow.
Oh wow, Superman?
It's just an honor to be working side by side with our heroes, man.
Yeah, beating people up rocks.
Well, speaking of working side by side with our heroes, we actually have a new assignment come up. It has something to do with Infinity Stones. Do you think you're up for the challenge?
Us, we can handle anything.
That concludes our showcase for the evening. Thanks for coming out and supporting our oral interp program. Oral interp students, please stay so we can take a picture on the bleachers. So hang out so we can take a picture. Thank you.